All right, let's talk about a story. A story of ambition on a scale that's, well, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around. We're talking about a plan so huge, so sprawling, that it is quietly redrawing the very map of our world, often while we're not even paying attention. It's a huge question, right? How do you redraw the world? I mean, that sounds like something from an old history book, something emperors and conquerors would talk about. But really, how do you fundamentally change the way power, trade, and influence move across the entire planet? Well, the answer? It's not with armies, not anymore. It's with something much simpler, and maybe even more powerful. It's with a single idea. A vision so big it has the potential to define this entire century. So, let's pull back the curtain. What exactly is this grand vision? It's something that feels like it's pulled from the pages of history, but believe me, its sights are set firmly on the future. And here it is. It's called the Belt and Road Initiative, or the BRI for short. Now, you've probably heard it called the New Silk Road, and that's a good starting point, but it is so much more than that. This isn't just about paving roads or building bridges. No, this is Beijing's master plan to put China right at the very heart of the global economy and the global power structure. And if you want to understand just how ambitious this is, you only have to do one thing: follow the money. We are talking about an investment of over $1 trillion. A trillion. That's not just a project, that's funding a global transformation on a scale that we have almost never seen before in human history. But, every great story, every tale of massive ambition has a conflict at its core. And the BRI is absolutely no exception. Because with all that promise, all that money, there also comes immense risk. And for the countries signing up for this, there's a very, very real price of progress to think about. And this slide, it just perfectly captures the central drama of the whole thing. On one hand, is the BRI a lifeline? A genuine chance for developing nations to build the ports, the railways, the power grids they desperately need? Or is it a leash? Is it what critics are calling debt trap diplomacy, where the shiny new project comes at the cost of your own independence? And look, this isn't just some abstract theory, this is real. Take Sri Lanka, for example. The country struggled with the debt it took on for the brand new Hambantota port. And the outcome? It had to hand over control of the port to China on a 99-year lease. This is the kind of real-world consequence that makes leaders around the globe stop and think very, very carefully. So this is the point in the story where we pivot. We move beyond just economics and money, and we step into the world of geopolitics. What we're watching is really a modern version of the great game, that old contest for power. Only this time, the prizes are global influence, strategic footholds, and a dominant position on the world stage. And a huge piece of this new game has a very memorable name: the String of Pearls. It's a really powerful way to think about what's happening on the world's oceans. Just picture it, a long string stretching across the map, and every pearl on that string is a strategic port, a naval base, or a key shipping lane controlled by or heavily influenced by Beijing. And you don't have to look hard to see this strategy playing out. You've got the port of Gwadar in Pakistan, which gives China a direct line to the Arabian Sea. You've got Hambantota in Sri Lanka, which we just talked about, sitting right next to the world's busiest shipping lanes. And it stretches all the way to Piraeus in Greece, which has become China's main gateway into Europe. Each one of these isn't just a port, it's a strategic piece in a massive global network. One that's commercial for now, but has clear potential for military use down the road. I mean, look at the reach here. It's truly global. We're talking South Asia, Central Asia, even Europe and Latin America. But if you look at where the money is really flowing, one place stands out: Africa. The continent has become a major, major focus. Huge Chinese investments are building everything from roads and railways to digital networks, and all of that is creating incredibly deep economic ties. And of course, where the money flows, influence is sure to follow. For a while there, it seemed like the other major world powers, the US, Europe, were just watching this all happen, kind of sitting on the sidelines. Well, that is starting to change. The old guard is waking up, and they're starting to make their own moves in this new global game. And this is the counter move. Think of it like a title fight. In one corner, you've got China's giant, the Belt and Road Initiative. And in the other corner, you have the challengers. The West is starting to put up its own alternatives. You've got the Global Gateway from the EU and the Build Back Better World Initiative from the US. So yeah, the competition for who will build the future of the world, It is officially on. But let's be real here. The West has a serious uphill battle on its hands. China's BRI got a huge head start. We're talking more than a decade of momentum and $1 trillion+ already out there, working. The Western alternatives are trying to offer a different model, one that's focused on transparency and high standards, but for now, they are definitely playing a game of catch-up. So where does all this lead? What's the end game here? All these moves, these counter moves, all the investments, the loans, the ports, the railways, this is about more than just concrete and steel. All of it together is fundamentally redrawing the global map of power as we know it. And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. This isn't some short-term plan that'll be over in a few years. It's a generational project. We are living right now through a basic reshaping of the entire global order, and China's Belt and Road is one of the main things driving that change. And what you're seeing here is the result. It's a historic shift in the planet's economic center of gravity. For centuries, that center was firmly planted in the West, in Europe and North America, but the BRI is like a massive engine, pulling that center of gravity decisively eastward. A new economic world is being born, and Asia is right at its heart. And so we end this story right back where we started, with a question. A new global order is rising. It's being forged not by armies, but by steel, by concrete, and by trillions of dollars. The map of the world is literally being redrawn in front of us. And so the only real question left for us to ask is, what happens next?
At Geotectonics, our mission is to uncover these profound tectonic shifts, offering clarity in a world of complexity. If this analysis deepened your understanding, please like this video to support our work, share it with others who seek real insight, and subscribe to Geotectonics to ensure you never miss our next deep dive. We'll continue to explore the crucial geopolitical movements that define our time. Thank you for joining us.